now what we need to do, we need to go ahead and okay, we have an error. Let's see. Okay. What we need to do, we need to go ahead and work on our recommendations down here. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do, we just need to go ahead and create a view. Everything that's going to come right under this pickup has to be in a view. Okay. It has to be in a view. So let's say in a column, because a view is the same as a column. So we're going to put everything in this column. So the first thing that we're going to require is a heading. We need a heading for our recommendation. If it is for restaurants, if it is for food, if it is for nearby foods or closer to you. Okay. So we're going to create a component for our header. Our heading, not our header. So it's going to be a heading.jsx. So we need to create the component. After creating the component, we need to go ahead. In here, we're going to receive the heading text because we're going to be reusing it, and we're going to have on press. Okay. So those are the two components that we need. So here we're going to have a view and a text, right? So in our view, we need to pass a style. So for our style, we need to have flex direction. So it's going to be a row because we need to have a text and then an icon to show all. Like if we are in recommendations, we're going to show maybe 4 or 5 items. And if we click on the button here to see all, we're taken to another page. So we need to be in a row. Okay. So our first item of our row is going to be a text. And then we're going to have an icon down here. Okay. So let's focus on our design first, and then we can move on to our components inside. So margin top, we're going to give it a margin top of 15. After that, we're going to give it a margin bottom. Okay. So let's give it a margin bottom of 7. Format the code. Right after that, we're going to justify content, and we're going to make this space between. Okay. Let's give it a margin right. We're going to give it a margin right of 16. So what we can do, we can cut this and we put it down here. We're going to give it a name. We're going to call it heading. So that's going to be the name of our style. So we need to call our styles here, and we need to get this heading. So let's go ahead and format. After that, let's deal with our text. So this text is going to be this heading. Okay, because it's the text that we're receiving from the parent component that we're going to be using this component in. Okay. Okay, that's wrong. It's supposed to be here. It's supposed to be heading. Okay. And we need to give our text a style. So for our text, we need to go ahead and give our text a margin left, and we're going to give it a margin left of 16. Let's go give it a font size. We're going to give it a font size of 18, and let's change the font family, and we're going to make it bold like that. So we need to go ahead and hook this to our homepage so that we can make changes as we see them. So our style here is going to be styles.text. Okay, so if we go back to our homepage, right inside of the view that we created, we want to hook this heading. Okay, and it's going to be a closed component, and inside we need to pass heading. So our heading is going to be a string. So the first one is going to be nearby restaurants. Okay, mind the spelling. So that's going to be our heading over there. So far so good. And on press, I'm going to pass an empty function for now, but on press we should do something. Okay, so let's go back to our heading. We need to place an icon right at the other end of this. Okay, so we have a title and we have an icon over there. So at the bottom, what we're going to do, it's either we're going to use a touchable opacity or a pressable. Either way, they work the same. So you need to make sure that this pressable is imported from React Native. And here we're going to have on press, and on press, we're going to map it to the on press that we have on top. Okay, so we're done with that. Next, let's go ahead and import icons so that we can use icons right inside of this pressable. Okay, so for icons, we're going to be using ion icons. And these ones are going to come from at Expo vector icons like that. So here we're going to have our icon. We need the name of the icon, and our name is going to be a grid. We need to give it a size. No, not an ID, but a size. We're going to give our icon a size of 20. After that, we need to give it a color. So for our color, we're going to use our colors, and then here we're going to go with the secondary like that. And we need to close this icon. Okay, so we do have our icon here, and it's pressable. Okay, let's change this to touchable opacity. So if it is touchable opacity, we need to change this to, and we need to go ahead and remove this. Okay, so we are done with our heading. Next, we're going to be focusing on the nearby restaurants here, like the flat list for our nearby restaurant.